Hi, this is Kevin Sousa. Welcome to video 15, my personal stories of problems, challenges, and shortcomings in my life that I'm working on or have overcome. Today I want to talk about reading. Reading. When I was 19 years old, I joined the Amway business, and the first thing that the leaders told us to do was to start reading self-development books and listening to self-development cassettes and hanging around with successful people. I didn't understand why. I just took it on faith, even though I didn't understand it. But there are a lot of people out there that go, self-development books? No, no, no. Thanks anyway. And they downplay it. It's really weird. But that's what a lot of people do. Boy, if they really understood what they can, accomplish by reading that material, it would change their lives. But let's talk about that for a minute. When I was a teenager, I started to read the newspaper, and all I could see was bad news, bad news, bad news, and I was told, hey, news sells, Kevin. People want to know what's going on. You got to know what's going on in the world. I know what's going on in the world. There are weather problems. There are negative people in life who do all kinds of bad things. We already know all that. But why sit there and program my mind with all the negativity by reading all the junk that you read in newspapers? Okay? Why aren't there newspapers that are just 100% positive and not one shred of negativity? Why? Well, because the world has been programmed to think negatively and to be attracted to look at negative things in life. I think that's pretty sad, don't you? So the first book I was told to read was The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. And I thought, at first, because of my negative programming, the magic of thinking big. Oh, please. Well, again, I took it on faith that they said to read it, so I did. And I'll tell you what, that book opened the door to the possibilities of life to me. It also made me realize that the newspapers are as negative as they are. And so I decided to stop reading newspapers in life. But Kevin, you need to know what's happening in the world, I would always get when I told people I don't read newspapers. And I know what's happening in the world. I don't need to constantly feed my brain with negativity to see what's happening in the world. If it's going to snow, trust me, there's a lot of people talking about it that I'll know. And so then I read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, and then a sales book, How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling by Frank Betcher. But then there was another book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And when I started reading that book, I'll tell you what, that book changed my whole thinking and philosophies. You don't have to read all day long, 15 minutes a day. I was trained by leaders to open the book, read 15 minutes, and shut it. Time yourself at 15 minutes, even if you're in the middle of a sentence. And what you're doing is you're feeding your brain, you're rewiring your brain to think positive and to develop as a person, as a human being. There are so many other books that I've read. There's even one called The Law of Success that was written by Napoleon Hill that I'm going to give you as a free ebook. That's over 1,000 pages, folks, The Law of Success. I'm going to give you that ebook free. And, it's amazing how when you start to read, you develop a new habit. And that habitual way of thinking, of reading every single day, just little by little, feeds your mind with positive thoughts. We all feed our bodies every day to survive, right? Well, why feed your brain with the negativities of life? If you still feel you need to read newspapers, hey, more power to you. Go ahead and do it. But include in that positive reinforcement. Books that have to do with self-development and positive thinking. Why? So that you can dilute the negatives. You can never get rid of them. They're there forever. But you can dilute them, okay? If you take a pink glass of water that is full of pink ink, okay, and you pour it into another glass, it gets a lighter pink. And then you take that glass and pour it into another glass of water, it gets lighter pink. All that you can do is dilute the negatives in life with positives and rewire your brain through reading books and positive reinforcement thinking will occur in your mindset, and you'll be able to see more possibilities than you ever did in your life. If you would like to learn more about self-development like I have with my online business and perhaps put a few dollars in your pocket, click the link below. And if you do, I'll send you a free video and that free ebook on the law of success. Okay? And so I'm looking forward to speaking with you again in my next video, number 16. But remember this, reading will help. It won't hinder. This is Kevin Sousa. Make it a wonderful day.